If I told you you could solve the bulk of your marketing and even parts of your sales problems by simply doing it how a chef does? And it might sound a little wild, but I promise you, if you watch till the very end of this video and you apply these techniques, even if you're not good at marketing, even if you're not good at sales, even if you've never run an ad before, this technique will actually guarantee you get better results, meaning you have to spend the same amount or less to actually earn more money. You'll get better qualified leads and customers. You'll be able to spend the same amount and earn even more. And you'll be able to take this skill and apply it to anything: digital, physical ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, any ad you're thinking of running. And even if you're thinking of hiring somebody, either from an agency or a vendor or somebody from your local networking group who promised you that Facebook was an unlimited lead gen and customer machine for your business, or if you're thinking of hopefully learning how to do it yourself, because I always encourage business owners to do that. It makes you more valuable. You'll become empowered. You'll be able to see the nitty-gritty of what's working and what's not working. And the crazy secret is, learning how to do that yourself is really not that hard. The information is free. It's everywhere on the internet. And that's exactly why I make these videos, because my name is Alexander. If you don't know me, I work one-on-one with business owners to teach them different techniques on how to do their marketing, sales, and operations, and fundamentally change how they operate in their business so they get more profits, so their life become easier, and so that they can win faster and easier and don't have to do headaches. Because again, it is all about the fundamentals. There's no hacks, there's no secret technique, there's no breaking Google's SEO algorithm, there's no using this special hashtag. It's all about the fundamentals. So, without further ado, let's talk about the chef method and how it will change your marketing. We're mainly going to be focusing on marketing today. But let's say in a thought exercise that you were a chef. You wanted to bake the best cake in the world. First thing you do, probably research trends. What do people like? What do they dislike? What are popular flavors? Is it a sponge cake? Is it a chantilly? Does it have a lot of frosting? Is it something that's not going to be more, fruity? Is it going to be more chocolatey? You'd start to aggregate a lot of this information. You want to do your research and get off on the right foot. So that would be the first thing you'd do. Then you'd probably bake said cake, the one that you think will guarantee you at least somewhat better success than just simply going out of the gate and saying, well, I like this cake, so therefore everybody's going to like it. So then the second thing you'd want to do is to start to taste test it. You would bring it to friends, to families, coworkers, associates, people in your life, and you'd give them a slice and say, do you like this cake? And some of them are going to tell you it's too sweet, it's too salty, I wish it had more fruit, I wish it had less frosting, I wish it had more frosting. You're going to be overwhelmed with all this data. But a good chef would do just this, the third step. They would write down all of those variables, the ingredients of their cake, and then they would start to change a little bit here and there. This cake has more sugar, this cake has less sugar, this cake has more frosting, this cake has less frosting. And as they repeat this process, they get closer and closer to the best cake. Do you start to see how this might apply to marketing? Well, let's switch gears now. And let's do the same thing with your marketing strategy and how you can approach it like a chef to earn more for spending less. So the first thing you'd start to think about is, where can I market? What's going to get me the best success? So you'd probably do a little bit of research and say, well, at the time of recording this video, young people are mostly on TikTok and businesses are mostly on LinkedIn, and photographers are on Instagram. So I'm going to build something that is more gravitated towards what I'm selling. It's going to guarantee me a little bit success. Go into Google, type in where most of your target demographic hangs out, and figure out what that platform is based on those trends, and then you start to formulate your ad. So the second step is you start to create portions of your ad together, and this assumes that you've solved portions of your sales problem, because if you haven't solved your sales problem, then there is no way you're going to be able to market it. Go ahead and fix your sales problem by watching my other videos on this channel, and then come back to this when you're ready to market, because if you haven't solved your sales problem, you're just flushing money down the drain. But let's say you have that and now you're ready to market. So you pick your platform of choice and you start to consolidate your offer, the perks, the bonuses, the benefits, the features. You start to think about all the things that are going to make this thing a no-brainer for somebody to buy from you. What you would do then is you would start to break down each one of those variables or the ingredients of your cake. Write it down like a recipe in a journal, in a Google Doc, wherever. Actually do this. So start to do that. And then say, this is my button text, this is my colors, this is my font, this is my image, this is my headline, this is my body, all of those, until you just run out of variables. Because this is really important. This will set you up for success in the long run. Once you do that, then the third thing is to actually do your taste test. Now you want to deploy that ad. And here's actually how you can skip a lot of this and make it go by faster so you spend less money. What you want to do is split test it. Instead of just running one ad, you're going to want to run probably 3 or 5, 7, whatever the odd number is, and just put a little bit of money into it. But here's the secret. Here's the chef mentality. Only change one variable. Make your ad sweeter. Make it have more frosting. Make it less salty. Same thing. Change the headline in all 7 of those ads and start there until you have the best performing headline, the one that gets the most clicks. Move on. Change the body. Now you understand what the best body is. Move on. Change the image, but only, above all, change only one variable at a time, just like a chef would. You don't want to make a mango cake, a strawberry cake, and then a German chocolate cake and go to somebody and say, which one's the best tasting one? Because the data is tainted. Some people like chocolate, some people like mango, some people like strawberry. You're not going to know what worked and what didn't work. Instead, bake 3 cakes. Each of them have varying levels of sugar. Same thing in your ads. Put out 5 ads, change the headline, which headline performs best. Do the same with all of those variables. This is important because so many people out there run advertisements on their ad campaign network or platform of choice, and then they say, I didn't get any results. So Facebook ad, Google ads, Meta ads, SEO, whatever variable you want to put in there does not work for me. When in reality, your competition's already using these platforms to make money. The problem is unlike them, you're going to approach this smart and strategically by just starting with changing one variable at a time. Write this down back in your spreadsheet and categorize it. You'll start to see you'll have the best performing ad at the end with the best headline, the best body, the best image, the best button text, the best colors, all of that. And this is the best part. Once you have all of those together and you form this mega super ad, you will actually end up spending either the same amount of money or sometimes even less to get even more money. What you're doing right now is building a better money-making machine by split testing them, by seeing which one works and which one doesn't. In the marketing world, they do this over time, over huge budgets, but you can do this with just a little bit amount of money and a little bit of homework on your end, because then what'll happen is, let's say you run an ad right now. That ad gets 10,000 clicks, all 3 of them, and 1 paying customer. So you change the headline. Now all of a sudden it goes to 10. Now you've just 10 extra revenue for the exact same amount of money you've spent. Now all of a sudden you do the same thing over and over and over again until you have the best headline, the best body, the best image, the best video, the best openers, the best what have you. And you could form this mega super ad that's going to perform well. And you spend the exact same amount of money to run that ad and you get 10,000 paying customers, 100,000 paying customers, until this goes on and on and on. And the best part is it never stops, because what you're going to find is you might find this really well performing ad. You might find this one that you're like, this is it. This is making me a ton of money. I can stop. Don't stop. Get to the point where that one is at least in your back pocket. It's making you money. It's paying. The customers are paying you to advertise to them because now you're getting better returns from that same ad. And then even iterate on that one. Maybe the headline's not performing as well as it could be. Maybe it's the body. Maybe it's the image. Change a little bit of one of those variables each time over and over again. The best part of all of this too is if done correctly, you can plateau that spending amount and literally customers will pay you to advertise to them time and time again because you're constantly getting higher returns. It's not about the wide net method. The wide net method is what most business owners have in the back of their mind, where they say, if I have more leads, if I have more customers, if I have more people. But you're smart, you're strategic about it because you understand. If I gave you $1 million right now to run a Facebook ad campaign, yes, a ton of people would see your product or service, but it's not sustainable. You need that money over and over and over again to be able to get the same eyes on it. Whereas if you do this homework and you're smart and strategic about it, like I know you are, then you are all of a sudden spending way less to get way higher results. So to recap, be smart and strategic and start to change one variable at a time. Do your research and figure out where maximum success lives. What are the platforms where they're already hanging out on? And if all of this is still too confusing as well, you can even sales hack or basically reverse engineer other people's ads as well. Go look at what your competitors are running right now. If they're already working, then you can take pieces of them. I don't mean directly copy them, but model after what's working with them into your ads, and then start to iterate on those, because you might even get an even better performing ad than your competition for just cutting out 80% of the work by modeling their ads and adding that 20% that could double, triple, quadruple your revenue by just making those small changes that they haven't made. So again, by the way, too, if all this is too confusing, I just want to say that I get it, because I'm an example-based visual learner. I need to see it in action to work. And if you're that type of person, if this is just not quite clicking, just go ahead and click the description link below, the link in the description below, and I'll just walk you through one-on-one for free how to implement this in your business, how to do it. Just no gotchas. It's all going to be about how to do this step by step, so you could just skip all that guesswork and get to the good part faster. So I hope this video was valuable. I hope you learned that marketing like a chef can change your business, can change your life. And you, as the smart strategic business owner, if you're applying these techniques right now, you're already ahead of 90% of the competition who just wasted thousands of dollars on a Facebook ad campaign and said, I don't know why it didn't work. And if you do these, you'll become more valuable, more empowered, and you'll actually be able to see what's not working, so that even when you offload it to somebody because you're making enough, or you're making just enough to hire that person, or you just frankly don't have the time, you'll know exactly and be able to grade them. That way they're not stuck in the dark saying, why am I not getting leads? You can look at their ads that they're running for you and say, hey, I noticed we haven't been changing this or doing this. And you'll actually be able to be there in the trenches with them to help you get better returns, better earnings from your existing marketing. So if this video was valuable, I would love to know as well what you would like to learn. Go ahead and comment below. I want to know your likes, your dislikes, your stories, anything that this video helped you, and most importantly, how I can make better videos. So what you actually want to learn, what you've been struggling with, just comment below and I'll just make a video on how to do it like this one. As well as I make other videos like these as well, where I teach you the fundamentals, I show you how to do it, I break it down step by step. Go ahead and check those out. Subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of the future ones. And then not only that too, I also want to know what you're struggling with as well, so I can make it easier and cut out kind of the guesswork. I can keep telling you these stories about what's working, what's not working for me, or what did in the past, but just tell me straight up and I'll make it happen for you. But that's all I got today. Until then, I'll see you next time.